Hi, I'm Shorty and welcome back to my channel Shorty Skate series. In this video, I'll go over how to air 180 out of a ramp and explain key elements to help you do this successfully. Before attempting this trick, I recommend you are consistent at airing straight out of a ramp. If you need a breakdown for this, I have a tutorial on my channel and I'll add a link below. Stance. If you've seen any of my spinning tutorials, you know that your leading foot and the direction you spin will impact on how hard it is to rotate. For me, I lead with my left foot and I prefer to turn left. And for 180s, it's not too much of an issue. But if I'm looking to air out 360, I will switch my leading foot to my right, which opens my hips and makes it easier to set the rotation with my upper body. Speed and pumping. Speed and pumping are key elements to airing out. You need speed to help you travel the distance past the coping, and pumping so you can have the height. The harder you pump, the more height you will gain. When you combine them both, you can get big air. However, if you have less speed and more pump, you'll end up more on top of the coping rather than past the coping. Step 1. 2 feet rollout. Skate towards the ramp and about 2 meters out from the start of the transition, squat down to load your legs. Pump up the transition, focusing on pushing the power through your legs and into your heels. As you reach the coping, look to lift your toes a little to help you onto the coping, and then your heels as you roll off the coping. You want to do this with rolling both feet onto the coping at the same time. This will help you get used to pushing through both your feet. Tip. Because roller skates have a toe stop, you can get used to the habit of boosting off your toe stop to exit a ramp. This can create a muscle memory that your body will automatically do when you're at speed. That's why I look to practice rolling out with 2 feet in most situations to develop a new habit. This might help you too. Step 2. Air out and timing. Repeat step 1 but pump harder into the transition. This will give you more height and an upwards pop or airing feeling. Look to hold your stance and ride the ramp up the whole way. Let the ramp take your momentum and shoot you out of the ramp. You don't want to force the jump or jump too early, as it takes a lot more energy. When airing out, I will also lift my toes to help clear the coping, especially if it sticks out. I even look to clip the coping with my back wheels to know that I haven't jumped too early. It might be scary to do this at first, but you will get used to it if you like this method. Step 3. Air, then spin. Spinning 180 is all about the flick of your hips. You don't need to rotate your upper body the full 180 to be able to spin 180. You just need to open your chest to 90 degrees and your hips will do the rest. You can practice this hip rotation on flat ground first. If you're turning towards your leading foot, your hips have to unwind when you spin, which takes more effort. Whereas if you're turning away from your leading foot, you only have to flick your hips and change the direction of your feet, which is a lot easier. Tip: if you want to practice this hip flick, try doing it rolling on the ground multiple times in a row. When you take it to the ramp, you need to follow step 2 and look to air out of the ramp first, before you spin. If you don't air out first, you may not have the height to rotate the full 180, as more time in the air gives you more time to spin. Need more help? Air out 90. If you have trouble landing the full 180, look to air out and land 90 degrees first. This will help you to work on the height with a little bit of rotation without the pressure to land the whole spin. Where to look? When skating towards the ramp, I will look at the coping to calculate how much I need to pump. As I pump up the transition, I will continue to look at the coping so I can get my timing right. As I start to air, my view will change from the coping to spot where I will land. If I continue to skate backwards, I will look in the direction I am traveling once I have landed. If you're having trouble with airing out, please go check out my tutorial on how to air out, as it goes more in depth about body axis, which might be helpful for people who need visuals. I hope you are able to take a couple things away from this video that will help you with airing 180 out of a ramp. If you have any questions, please comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Also tag me on Instagram shortstop.6, as I'd love to see your progress. Thank you for watching, and please like and share this video if you found it helpful. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more skating tips and tricks.